Hey y'all, it's Charlie, Fishing Grits. Me and Kelly went out this morning, did a little pond fishing, tried to pick a few off. Beautiful day. We thought the fish were going to be tearing it up, and we gave it our best shot. We picked off one here and there, but it was tough. But we fished for a while, and we threw everything back, of course. Those are our pet fish. But I've been asked by quite a few people to do a fish cleaning video. I do it every day pretty much when I fish. I clean, but I don't do a fish cleaning video. So I don't know if anybody wants to see me cleaning fish. So this is your warning. I'm going to be filleting fish of all sizes, and it's graphic. It's cleaning fish. It's got some blood, got some guts. So the fish I caught yesterday, they've been on ice since last night. So we're going to get them out, get a shot of all of them out here. This is not bragging fish. We're having a fish fry soon, so if it's legal, it goes into live well. I eat butter beans and shrimp too. Be back with you in a minute. All right. So, let's see here. Y'all see me? Get back up here where you can see me. So there you see it. That's what we caught. It was a tough day of fishing. I mean, it was tough. The water was slick. We could see live bait flicking everywhere, and the majority of these fish were caught casting toward where we would see a few fish on top if it was near close enough to the boat that we could reach it. But they weren't convinced most of the time. It was 25 casts to a fish. It was tough. They were hard to find and hard to repeat catching them. But we stuck with it, and I think we kept 34, a lot of small white perch, which it don't matter. They're easy to clean. They fillet quick, as you'll see, and they taste delicious. And when they're on the fork or the tongue, you can't tell how big they were on the hook. So I'm gonna set the camera up, quit running my mouth, get these fish pushed up out of the way, and I'll show you how I do it. This is just how I do it. So stick around. All right, guys, my dad wanted me to weigh this crappie. This was the last fish we caught that day, and this wasn't on a brush pile. We were trolling. We turned around and actually looked for the place because I marked it as soon as we saw it. I caught it. But there was nothing there. It was a school of fish. I saw the fish on my side scan. As soon as it came out of my mouth, there's fish. We snagged one, but that fish is 0.92 pounds. So he wanted me to give that thing away, and it's a pretty good fish. So I use an electric fillet knife, Rapala R12 HD. She's cleaned a bunch of fish. I'm not going to go in any certain order here. I'm just going to go to them. I'll explain what I do, but it's just filleting fish, and it takes practice. So you're not going to do it right the first time. And after you do it for years and years, you'll still mess them up. So just watch. This is how it happens. So I just go down till I hit the spine, turn my knife, start working my way down. I started getting a little deep there. I don't want to cut through that spine. I stopped, backed up, got back right. I stopped right before I hit the tail, and then turn your knife, lay it flat, and you can peel the fillet right off. I'll do it again. And that's it. Little white perch. Some of these, they weren't the smallest, but it's quicker than cleaning a shrimp, and it's got just more meat on it. That's it. It is wash, rinse, repeat. Come on. Not wasting anything. And it's much more pleasurable to eat without picking bones. Came unglued. You got to figure out how to make fish clean and easy. Especially if you're going to catch a lot of fish. Especially if you want to eat a lot of fish. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. I messed one up running my mouth. I won't waste a piece I don't have to waste. There wasn't much to that, but anyhow. You mess some up, you mess some up. Get heavy-handed and start trying to make something out of it that's not there. That's when you mess up. You try to get a big fillet out of a little fish. Some days you just take what the lake gives you. I had a great time catching them. Just scaled down my gear, used my lightest poles, and oh my, look at it running my mouth. I can't talk and clean for I start thinking about catching fish and start setting the hook. Try to make something out of him that he wasn't, and did it again. Boy, Charlie. See, I told y'all don't want to watch me clean fish. I murder sometimes. It's a murder scene. I told you I ain't gonna waste him though. I'll get it out. Look, now this one was fun. Caught this guy on the ultralight 2-pound line, casting for him. He was a good time. Ain't a bit different than all his little brothers and sisters there. Just getting more prize out of them. I love the days that this is what we catch all day, but these old big ones, they've been elusive these past, wow. Fish got eggs in it. It's November 2nd. I had crappie the other day that I thought I saw some eggs in, but they're in deep water. It's not acting like that. Maybe just that water temperature and that time, that length of day got them. And acting something they ain't. If any of y'all been following along and are still watching right now, look at that little tiny egg sac in that fish. Yeah, just that water's warm. Water temperature's about 66, 67, surface temperature. They haven't been biting great though. I mean, this is a full day of fishing. And here lately, we've been depending on brush pile fishing. My dad and I, neither one of us have ever been crappie fishermen at all. I mean, there may be an accidental one occasionally, but we've never been crappie fishermen. So this year we decided we were gonna, when I got my boat, we were gonna crappie fish. Always keep one hand clean. A dirty hand, clean hand. So we decided we were gonna crappie fish this year, and my wife loves to eat crappie, so that sure did influence you gotta watch these little white perch, them gill plates. You put your finger against it and that vibrating knife, that thing will cut you when he's alive and when he's gone. You're gonna get one last shot in. So here lately, we've been trying to troll and find the white perch, because we do love catching a bunch of big white perch. But the lake's only so big, and I don't dare. I feel like they're just not actively feeding. There is, when the lake is calm, which is so rare, you can see a ton of bait fish on the sonars, on the live, even when we're out there on the crappie brush piles. The crappie, talking, and I was setting the hook on the crappie. The crappie bite is super slow, and I ain't doing that. And when we're on those brush piles, can't talk and clean fish. We're on those brush piles, it's a real slow bite, and when I see a school of those bait fish come near it, they explode all around us. I mean, all around us. They chase those bait fish all around the boat, and they won't hit our stuff. Oh, I messed that one up a little bit. They won't hit our stuff to save their life. Then we go back to plucking them off, one here, one there. Started getting too fast. Get too fast, running my mouth, get excited, I mess up my fish. I don't want to mess up my fish. If you're gonna keep them, it's your obligation to clean them. Oh, look at this big popper. This is the last fish we caught. Turned around. For sure he had to be on brush. Alright, so what I do with crappie is a little bit different because of the way they're shaped. Is I'm going to cut in and I'm going to work my knife around the top. And then I'm going to catch up with the bottom and then finish my fillet out. I do bluegill and crappie the same way. That's the easiest way for me. So if you got a better way, make you a video, tag me in it, let me know. I like to see it. Uh-oh. I work that knife around that top fin. I want to lose that meat. But I find that if I try to go both together, a crappie has a lot of belly meat. So I then follow my knife around the back. I'm just rotating it. I don't want to get off of where I'm at. Look at that. That's a pretty fillet. Now, follow it on down to the tail. Look at that beautiful thing. That fish weighed just under 1 pound. Look at that. Little egg sack. I'm trying to get all that belly meat down there, but you get too greedy, you mess up and tear your fish up. So I do the same thing. I follow my top fin. Second side's usually a little easier because the other side's laying flat. But there you go. Just follow that backbone on down. Nice meat, huh? It won't fit through the hole. There we go. Back to the old wire tail. These things are so easy to clean. Nothing to them. There's not belly meat on them. You just go down, hit the backbone, turn your knife. Don't try to make more out of him than he is. That's it. Takes a lot of practice. Uh-oh. Missed a button. Oh my. Come on, man. I tried. Can't win them all. Trying to make more out of them than they are. Sometimes that knife, you know, I cut down till I feel that spine, and there's going to be times that it just hits the piece in that spine that was softer between the vertebrae. Sometimes it just goes through easy. You do the same thing 50 times in a row, and then 51, you act like you've never done it before. Look at this little guy. I don't know how he slipped past now. He shouldn't have made the team. But he's here. Oh my. He's so little. Whew. This is a great cleaning video because if you can learn how to clean these little guys, I mean, to be honest with you, these are the hardest ones, are the little teeny tiny ones, and if you can peel them back, the rest of it should be butter. Use the end of your knife. Don't get too strong. Don't try to get a ½ pound of fillet out of a ¼ pound fish. Oh no. We don't have many more to go. Old knife's getting hot though. Surprised the yellow jackets aren't out here bothering me. This fall, every time I clean fish, yellow jackets all over me, trying to eat my fillets. I don't know, maybe it's not egg sack, but it sure does look like it. Oh my, look at this minnow. Oh. Man. I got it. What a teeny tiny little fish. Some of those should have been cold. Oh golly, their skin is so thin. Last one. Come back here. Hey guys, y'all still with me? 22 minutes, 34 fish I think that was. But you might say, that's a pretty good pile. That's a pretty good pile of fish right there. So now, next step is I'm gonna cut the ribs out. wash them, cut the ribs out, and they'll be ready for grease or freezer bags or whatever suits you. So I'll try to get you a good angle so you can see what I'm doing. I use a pretty heavy bladed hunting knife. It is not super sharp. It's sharp, but it's not a razor blade. I don't want it cutting through bones. I want to feel the bones, if that makes sense. I don't want bones to end up in my fillet. So I normally give each side a rinse, get scales off, and then kind of blood and stuff off the other ones. Not gonna matter if it's in the rib cage. We're gonna cut all that off. Everybody a good rinse. Coming in with small fish, guys, but you take what the lake gives me sometimes. I mean, ordinarily, if I wasn't being pressured for a fish fry, I'd throw some of them back, but not a lot of them. I like to eat fish. That's why I don't have any for a fish fry. All right, got my bowl here, weighs 0.91 pounds. That's so I can weigh what I catch when my fillets. But got my nice clean work area here. This is simple. I cut right behind the rib cage. If the fish is decent size, got belly meat, I turn right behind that last rib, cut a little belly meat out, and that's it. Same thing, right behind the rib cage. I got a little extra on that guy. Get rid of that top fin. That's it. He's clean. Here we go. Most of these fish, besides the crappie, are not going to have a lot of belly meat. You see how that knife caught there? Just got a little too close, trying to make something that he wasn't. But if you cut through those bones with your super sharp knife and you're pressing real hard, it's a crappie fillet right here. You'll see what I mean. It's got a lot of belly meat here. Just cut right behind that stomach lining. You can see the difference. Bam. That's it. There's another crappie right there. Same thing. Got up on the bone. I gotta get off of that. That's it. On the bone. I'm cutting away from my fingers. I'm not pressing. You're not gonna slip because you're not putting any pressure on it. You're just cutting away from yourself. Nothing to it. That's it. That's it. Well, that's all, folks. So, if you stuck around this long, good for you. That's how I clean fish. So if you got a better way, make a video. Tag me in it. I'd love to see it. Thanks, guys.